West Michigan has a rich history with the Boston Marathon.
In fact, the last American to win the men's marathon, Greg Meyer, hails from Grand Rapids. He was running in today's race with his kids, and we heard from him. He was emotional earlier in the newscast.
Jack Doles joins us right now with news of another West Michigan runner that fared quite well before all of this chaos broke out.
Yeah, I mean, this was an important race for Jason Hartmann. He's an elite runner without a major sponsor, so he needs a strong finish to earn a paycheck. Well, for the second straight year, the Rockford native was the top American finisher. Just like last year, Jason, you see him there on the left in the red, he finished fourth. He stuck with the lead pack throughout the race until the top three finishers kicked it into gear and pulled away from the field. Jason knocked 2 full minutes off last year's time. He ran the race, as I said, without a sponsor. So the top 5 finish, very important for him. This interview from after the race, but before the bombs went off.
Yeah, I mean, every time you come here, it's a great experience, and the crowd was just, you know, being an American was just, it was a nice advantage because everybody was supporting me, and I just really am thankful for all the support and really just kind of pushed me. I mean, there was times in the race where I was like, damn, you know, like I don't know if I can keep going, but I felt like, you know what, I owe it to these people and I owe it to myself to compete. I worked dang hard for this race, and you know, I wasn't going to give up till I crossed the line.
Jason will be running in the Fifth Third Riverbank run this year, but still the words that continue to echo in my mind, Greg Meyer, who earlier in the show told us, I just don't think it'll ever be the same.
No, obviously not. And talk about, Larry alluded to it, this isn't a race for casual runners. You have to qualify to get into this race.
You've got to be an elite runner in your own right. You've got to hit certain standards and then get that invitation to run. And it's so important for elite runners and people that love to run. This is one of those things you check off your bucket list. I got to run in the Boston Marathon, puts you in a very special elite group.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
No doubt about it.
And you can see how the city, and you know, as Jason alluded to, that he gets so much support from those fans, just like you do here at the finish at the Fifth Third Riverbank run. As you're coming in, that crowd uplifts you, especially as you're going up those final hills and you're getting closer and closer. And you know,
it's just family and friends wishing everyone well that was actually able to make it in the first place. You talked about earlier that Meyer is in a hotel room right now. Talk more about how they were told that they need to really just stay out of crowds, stay off the streets, and get back in their hotel rooms and wait it out.
They had to show ID to be able to get into the hotel, and once they're in the hotel, they're locked down right now. And Greg, you know, when I asked him if he has any idea how or when he'll get home, he's supposed to fly out tomorrow, but the airport's closed down, and he at this point has no idea how and when he'll get back here. But it's such a special event for him, having won this. You know, he's got that honor of being the last American to win it. You know, he's really shaken by all of this.
He sounded like it, yeah. Jack, thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we're going to send you to NBC Nightly News, which will run until 7:30 tonight. At 10, NBC will be back on the air with a special report, followed by 24-hour News 8 at 11.
Make sure and keep it here on Wood TV and woodtv.com as we keep in touch with West Michigan runners who are in Boston. Of course, we're getting all the latest information minute by minute coming into the newsroom. We will pass along any information just as soon as we get it. Make sure and check in with woodtv.com as well.